All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Frenchie, the Lemon, the one and only. Sorry, I haven't been posting many videos. I think it's been like a few days, but I really wanted to do this video. Originally, this was supposed to be about red flags and how to deal with them, but this one's going to be even better. So, today's topic: red flags, toxic relationships, and accountability. These all three go together like a polygamous marriage. So let's get started on the first thing, red flags. So during the talking phase and the dating phase, before you guys are even like serious, you're getting to know each other. And while you're getting to know each other, a lot of the times you will see red flags. And most people, what they'll do is they'll just move right past those red flags and be like, you know what, maybe that person can change, maybe I can change them. No. Red flags are a warning, meaning you need to get far away from this person and just end the relationship. Like a person who doesn't have a job. Now, if you don't have a job, but you're dating people and you're talking to people online or wherever, you have your priorities messed up. You need to find a job, get something stable in your life before you start looking for love. And I'm not trying to say that you're a liability or anything, but you just have your eggs in the wrong basket, in my opinion. I feel like you need to have a job and you need to be having stable income before you can try to meet a young lady or a young man. It just doesn't work like that. Usually a person like that, you can already tell like their priorities are all messed up and you want to get away from that person. Another sign, someone who's always talking bad about a relationship that they were in prior. Like no matter which relationship they're talking about, it's always bad. Yeah, that might be a key sign that the relationship wasn't toxic, it was that person. So another sign, a person who hasn't been in a relationship for more than 6 months. That's like having a job history where you're going from job to job every 6 months. That just means that person is not able to commit to one thing and definitely doesn't know how to be stable in the relationship. You should definitely get away from that person. And these are just some of the three things I can think of off the top of my head really fast. But I want to say, and I don't want to make this video long, and I want to say that red flags, when you have a standard for the type of people that you want to bring into your life, someone that you want to date, marry, whatever, you need to be looking for red flags, things that you don't want to be dealing with. And during the talking phase and the dating phase, you definitely want to be paying close attention to what these people are saying to you, because you don't want to bring someone toxic or someone that's just not ready to commit or anything like that into your new relationship. You know, you want to stay far away from that, because what's going to end up happening is you already know what's going to happen. The next topic, toxic relationships. There are far too many toxic relationships nowadays, and I feel like it's because of what I just mentioned before, people passing up on red flags, things that they don't necessarily like or want to bring into a relationship, but they find a way to trick themselves into thinking that they can change that person or that person will change on their own. No. People are who they are. Unless they want to change, that's usually something that they have to come to on their own. You can't help them do that. They have to figure it out for themselves. And a lot of the time, sorry about that, man. I just got over a cold. But a lot of the times, people assume that, you know, they can influence another person to change. It's not going to happen, man. People don't just change overnight. They have to be willing to change, and they have to come to their own some form of opinion that they need to change on their own. Now, regarding the toxic relationship thing, you really, once you start, you know, constantly arguing about stupid things, and you know what stupid things are, like dumb things, like who should take out the trash and stuff, like petty arguments all the time. And that person's just always being petty, disrespectful to you, raising their voice. You need to leave. you need to leave, because that person right there is definitely toxic. You don't want to get to the point where they're mentally and physically abusing you. You definitely need to leave those things. And people need to take abuse serious. When someone is threatening you, when someone's putting their hands on you, you need to go to the police immediately. No, there's no the relationship's over, you're ending. No, you need to press charges against these people, because what a lot of times what these people will do is they will turn into a stalker, and they will stalk you, make your life a living hell. Especially if you have children, you need to get on that situation. You need to present your evidence to the police. And I know you probably don't want to do it because you had love for that person, but no, I'm sorry. They've had their chances already, and it's time for them to face the consequences of their actions. Toxic relationships only last and go on when you, the person that's in the relationship, allow them to go on. I don't go for toxic shit, man. Like, I don't go for toxic people. I don't go for toxic relationships. If you start doing those things that I named, raising your voice, treating me bad, petty arguments, I'm gonna bring it to you. And once I bring it to you, you get 2 strikes with me. You don't get 3. You get 2 times. I'll mention it twice. If you can't correct these situations, I'm gone, because I don't have time for this. I'm an adult. I'm one person who I'm just like, yo, I'm all for giving people chances, but I'm not gonna sit up here and give you chance after chance after chance and allow you to destroy me as a person, especially when I've reached a place where I'm happy, I'm enjoying life. I don't need your disrespect, your toxicity into my life. So guess what I'm gonna do? Show you the door. And if I need to, I'm gonna press charges, and I'm gonna make sure I document everything so that I can show the authorities exactly how crazy you are. And that's another thing people need to do in relationships. When you're being threatened, make sure you save every document. I don't care how much you love that person, because guess what? If that person loved you just as much as you love them, they would go get help. If that person loved you just as much as you loved them, they would step away from the relationship and realize that they're hurting someone that they truly love and care about. But they don't, because guess what? They don't really love you. Their sole purpose is to be toxic, and they have issues, and whether or not they want to deal with them or not, that's not your problem. Your problem is staying in the relationship and getting the F away from it as far as possible. It's not really your problem to stay in the relationship. I'm sorry, I got tongue-tied there. But your only problem is yourself and getting far away from that relationship. Strike what I said before. That's the only issue that you have, is to get far away from that relationship as possible. Dead conversations. If they're, like I said, if they're threatening you, doing things, saying things to you that's crazy, document it. Present it to the authorities, man. Once you put paper on that person, the minute that person tries to come at you again, guess what? Handcuffs. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't want to go too deep into it, but come on, man. We're all adults here. And we need to start taking accountability, which is the third thing I want to talk about here, man. We have to be accountable for everything that we do and put into our lives. So a lot of people, and I'm going to present this, a lot of people will go past these red flags, get into these toxic relationships, and blame that person for the toxic relationships, when no, you had a hand to play in the relationship as well. That's what a lot of people don't do. Take accountability. Like, man, I should have been better when I was choosing a man or a woman or whatever. You know, you need to take accountability. You know, you need to reevaluate your standards, because that's what a lot of it is. A lot of people don't know what their standards are. And I'm not talking about crazy standards like, oh, he has to be making 100. No, not like standards like that. What you want out of a relationship and what you want out of a partner. Those should be your standards. And if that person doesn't meet your criteria, then guess what? That person can't talk to you. I don't care how attractive that person is. I don't care how much money they make. You're not going to be happy unless they meet your criteria. You know what you want out of a man/woman, whatever you want. You know exactly what you want. But don't sit up here and fall for the okie doke and then blame the other person. No, it was all your doing. You chose that person. You knew exactly who that person was when you chose them, and you chose to keep staying in that relationship, even though it was toxic, but because the sex was good or the stuff that they was buying you was good, like you chose to stay in that relationship. So guess what? You got to take accountability for that stuff too. It takes two to tango, you know? I'm sorry. I know y'all don't want to hear that, but when you go past the red flags that are in your face, and a lot of us see it. I have been one of those people too that have passed by red flags thinking I can, like I said, change people or make people better. Like, oh, you're going to be better once you're with me because, you know, this type of person. No. Leave that person alone, because you will avoid a whole ass toxic relationship, right? That a lot of y'all don't want to take accountability for. So guess what? Just leave that person alone. Go find somebody that meets your standards, fits your bill. All right. That's all the time I got for today, man. It's your boy Frenchie the Limit, man. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I got more stuff coming for all my single men out there who are in the dating scene. Coming out with a video showing y'all how y'all should be talking to women online. I'm gonna show y'all, because a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all don't know how to talk to women online, and it's fairly easy and it's simple, and I'm gonna get to it. All right, I'm out. Peace, love, happiness.